Hey everyone, good day to all of you. Just got back from the range. Wanted to talk today about the Nefarious Arms Enhanced Reliability Piston. Recently received some questions on this, and I've actually had this for a pretty long time. Haven't used it a whole lot. I have a very specific use case for when I do use this that I'll touch on later, but this is an interesting piece. It replaces the stock piston on any of your HK piston rifles, such as the 416 MR556, MR762. This is an interesting piston. What it does, just basically, increases the gas pressure through the system. So if you have an undergassed rifle or an undergassed load, and that's actually the reason I picked one of these up, was because I had a bunch of really old 223 that in the middle of the winter, when everything starts to kind of seize up a little bit in the freezing cold, this made sure that it would still cycle reliably, which wasn't getting. So, you know, stuff like your Wolf 223 or just really light varmint loads and stuff like that, if you're having trouble with it, then yeah, putting this piston in there should help. Now, the way that it does that, there's a few ways. First off, the tip here of the piston, or the nipple here, this is actually a wider, it's a little bit of a larger diameter than the regular piston. You'll see on the footage that I'm putting up here, I did a bunch of measurements on the Nefarious Arms piston versus the HK stock one, and yeah, just all around, this is a little bit wider here, it's a little bit longer. And third, if you look here at the gas rings, these are actually, so of course on your regular HK piston, you basically just have 3 gas rings up here, just like you would normally on the bolt of an AR-15, just, you know, moved up here since it's an external piston instead. But in the case of this Nefarious Arms piston, they actually have combined it. So instead of having 3 distinct gas rings, you actually just have one coiled ring right there. You can, so like I said, I was just out at the range, tested a bunch of stuff, pretty much every combination I can think of, just to demonstrate how this actually performs out in the field. So what I tested this on, I got my MR556 right here. What's important about this is, first off, Nefarious Arms barrel and Nefarious Arms NA5 gas block under here, which is their adjustable suppressed versus just normal one. It's a clone of the 416A5 gas block. And I'm just using the full plug. That's what ensures reliable cycling with my current setup. And then I took this same piston and compared it on my amalgamation of 416 and MR556 parts upper. And that one just has a vented gas block and a stock, just original MR556 barrel. So you'll see the differences there. Keep in mind, these are both 16.5 barrels, so I wasn't able to test different barrel lengths, but still you'll be able to see some interesting stuff. So I did mention that one of the issues I was having was with anemic ammo. That was a big reason why I picked up this piston right now. However, I realized I didn't actually show it just yet. So what I have here, unfortunately I'm out of all that anemic 5.56 and 2.23. But recently I was testing some Sako ammo, and what I have here is some Sako Power Blade, which is on the anemic side. I had trouble with it cycling in my MR762 right here. So I have 3 rounds left because I was testing it with some other stuff. But as you can see, I popped in the enhanced reliability piston here. See the gold right there. We're just going to test if it actually cycles in here properly now, because if you look at that footage, that's from my video last week. This was quite undergassed with this ammo, just with a regular HK piston. So I'm going to switch to slow motion. Just have 3 rounds, unfortunately not 5 like I would prefer, but you know, it's all I got left. So we're just going to see if it helps. So you can see that first round still had issues with feeding. It is snowing. Kind of lucky I was actually able to get out here right when the temperatures were dropping. So a good test, like I said. Things usually do tend to seize up when it's colder like this. Right now it's just barely below freezing, so not too bad. But yeah, cold chamber. I haven't been shooting this at all. This was literally the first shots of the day with this. And first round, failed to feed, still undergassed. But you did see the other 2, once it got going, they did work properly, and it actually did lock back too. Still a little bit anemic. So you saw in pretty much every case, this pretty severely overgasses it. One thing I was surprised about actually is on the vented gas block, the amalgamation type of build, that black 416 MR556 build. Interestingly, this didn't do too badly on there. I was surprised because, well, I thought it would have more issues, but I guess the vent actually put in a lot of work there and made this run pretty well. Of course, it was certainly a lot more pleasant just with the normal piston, which bleeds off more gas. But if this is something you need, like I said, for me, I've got this just for really underpowered loads. And another really good use case for this type of piston is if you have one of those, either an MR556 or you know, just a longer 416 type of barrel where it's been cut down aftermarket, and whoever cut it down, if they didn't properly enlarge the gas port. So if that's your situation and you're running into issues cycling, you can absolutely put one of these pistons in there and it should help you, because as you saw, it does increase the gas pressure a lot. In every other case though, if you have a properly tuned, properly opened up gas port on any barrel length, if you're not running really weak ammo where you're not already having issues with it cycling, I would say to definitely just pass on this. So overall, this piston, it has its uses. Definitely more niche, I would say, for just the vast majority of people with MR556s and the BRN4 clones, all those just 416s and faux 16s out there. You probably don't need this, but if you are in that small minority where you might, then yeah, it works great. I don't really have any complaints in that regard. Just for a few other miscellaneous things that you might be interested in, it is pretty easy at a glance to tell this apart, of course, from the HK piston. This has a gold sort of look to it. It's not just purely cosmetic. This is actually a titanium nitride finish, which I haven't really had issues with either the finish on the stock, just regular HK piston, or this so far. Granted, I have significantly less rounds on this, but either way, it seems fine, and this is supposed to be a pretty durable finish. So I hope that this video on the Nefarious Arms Enhanced Reliability Piston was informative. I know that this wasn't the most comprehensive, since I only have 16.5 barrels. That is kind of my favorite barrel length. Something around 16 is really good. I like that a lot. But you should be getting pretty similar results regardless of your barrel length. If you do want to pick up one of these yourself, House Manufacturing is where I picked mine up. I'm not sure if they're in stock right this second as of recording this, but they restock on these pretty frequently. I believe HKparts.net has these as well, and you can always reach out to Nefarious Arms themselves via email to see whenever they will restock them, and you can buy directly from them too. So thank you all for watching, and yeah, let me know if you have any other questions on this or on anything else in the comments below. I'll always try to get back to you if you have any questions that I didn't answer, or you can always just respond in a full video if need be, if it's kind of in-depth in terms of context. Other than that, thank you all for watching, and hope to see you all in the next one, where I will not look like part of the background. I did notice right here towards the end that this camo is probably a little too effective, because the tree, all the fallen leaves, I'm just going to fade away into the background, and see you all in the next actual video.